I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Still no definite answers on what's to come of the Sheriff's Office Operations Center, which has been evacuated since last June after testing found evidence of mold. Division Chief Mark Strobridge presented options to county commissioners, one which included keeping much of the Sheriff's Office administrative operations at the county courthouse, though Sheriff Rick Staley has complained it's too decentralized. Another option included a collection of trailers in front of the Government Services Building, though Strobridge noted weapons and evidence could not be safely stored there. The third option included the Sheriff's Office staff occupying a new 20,000 square foot building off US 1 built by a private developer with county government subsidies, but that would cost $240,000 a year and another $80,000 to make the building fit for law enforcement use. Commissioners seem to like the courthouse idea best, but Tom Bexley, clerk of the Circuit Court and comptroller, says he didn't want an open-ended commitment that would give the first floor of his building to the sheriff's office. Relatively new interim city manager Jerry Cameron had 15 days to strike a deal, but that deadline has passed, and there's still no agreement and no meeting scheduled on the issue that's become a bit of a political football. Cameron says a final plan will require creative thinking and some direction from commissioners, but commissioners say they're expecting recommendations from Cameron.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and starting in May, nonstop flights to New York City via American Airlines.
A homeless man is arrested in connection with a strong-arm robbery at a Palm Coast gas station early Sunday morning. John Arking has the details.
The clerk at the Shell gas station at 890 Palm Coast Parkway said a known homeless man entered the store about 4 a.m., walked directly behind the counter, and took a pack of cigarettes and a can of tobacco. When the clerk tried to stop the suspect, he reportedly punched the clerk in the face and then fled from the store on a bicycle. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
He was able to give us a good description and knew his first name from being a regular customer in the store, and our deputies quickly located him and arrested him, and he's now in the Green Roof Inn.
In addition to being charged with strong-arm robbery, the suspect, Justin James Taylor, was also booked on account of resisting arrest with violence because he attempted to flee the arresting officers and then resisted being placed into custody. He is also charged with trespass after warning. Taylor has a prior arrest history in Flagler County for domestic battery, aggravated assault, abuse of the elderly, trespassing, and violation of probation. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arcane.
Palm Coast new city manager has more than the challenge of facing a new job.
Matthew Morton said he has Hodgkin's lymphoma.
I had 2 years of chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant.
Morton says he's been married for 18 years, has a 16-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son, who he says are somewhat excited to make the move from California to Florida.
My daughter is excited. She has been for a long time. It's actually been her desire to get to Florida for quite a while. My son, he's struggling through, going to lose some friends and some connections, but he's also excited for the opportunity.
Morton said he's lived between Florida and California for much of his life, since his father worked for Disney. Matthew Morton said he stays grounded in his family and his life as a city manager.
The most important thing you see every day in the mirror is not your reflection. It's other people. It's what's happening around you.
Morton said he serves the people with passion and with a humble heart. Tomorrow, how are city employees affected when there's a new city manager? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Flagler County deputies made 6 arrests for driving under the influence and responded to nearly 100 crashes during Bike Week. Deputies conducted increased traffic enforcement, particularly along busy corridors like Old Dixie Highway at US 1 and the beaches along A1A in an effort to deter speeding and aggressive driving. During the past 10 days, deputies made 940 traffic stops and posted message boards that read, "Look twice, save a life, watch for motorcycles." One person died Saturday, though specifics of the incident weren't given. The 78th annual Bike Week also coincided with St. Patrick's Day and spring break for Flagler County students. Palm Coast Public Works crews move on to the city's next big drainage project in the E section. Tony Magoo has more.
Well, on Monday, as part of its new stormwater drainage management plan, Palm Coast started a second large-scale drainage improvement project. Crews from Palm Coast Public Works will be removing silt and debris, improving access for future ditch maintenance, and cleaning and inspecting the culvert pipes along these ditches. Motorists and area residents are urged to watch for stormwater project crews and use caution when traveling in these project areas. Now, this is all about protecting homes and businesses in Palm Coast. The enhanced comprehensive stormwater management plan to improve the drainage system citywide is one that will be ongoing for several years. On Monday, March 25th, the city will provide information on the entire stormwater drainage management plan at a pair of public outreach meetings. The meetings will be at 2 and 6 in the afternoon at the Palm Coast Community Center on Palm Coast Parkway. The public is invited to attend. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.